Hello everyone. Today I will be doing the 14th project of the Arduino starter kit. Now this project is titled Tweak the Logo. However, it's unique in that it doesn't just use the Arduino editor, it also uses a language called processing, which I've actually never used before, so this should be a fun project for me to do as well. So the circuit itself is pretty simple. In fact, simple enough that it's not really worth putting up the circuit diagram. It's basically just we're gonna hook up a potentiometer to the board. So let's do that now. So I get my potentiometer, and as usual, plug it in, and we're gonna connect one end to power, one end to ground, and then the other end will go to the analog port of the board. So let's do that. Okay, so that guy's connected to power, and then let's go to ground here. Okay, and then lastly we connect to our analog pin. This will reach. And believe it or not, that's it for the hardware side, the circuitry side. So let's go into the coding. Now, the actual Arduino code is, there's not very much to do, so all we really have to do is start up the serial monitor, like so, as usual with 9600, and then in our loop, we're basically going to tell the board to read the value from the analog pin, and then write it to the serial monitor. So, and then we will use analog read. So we are reading in from pin A0, and we are going to divide by 4. So I guess that's just a way of getting the values into a certain range, so that the processing code can do something with it. So with that being done, I'm gonna save this sketch, and this is gonna be project 14. Okay, so next I will open up the processing editor. So this is the it's the new part. So let's get that running. Let me just make sure it's actually showing up. Okay, here we go. Okay. So first, it looks like we need to import a library. So let's do that. So I will import, and then it's called processing.serial. So, okay, and next we will declare, so the serial my port. So this is, serial is like a typecast, so we typecast serial and then we're saying my port is the name. So it's just like declaring an integer, except we're declaring that we're going to have some sort of serial input. And next, because the point of this is to be able to tweak some sort of image using the board and the serial inputs, we will be using this PI image type and declaring it name as logo. So we're just declaring another variable, but it's an image variable this time. And then we will do another variable. So this is just a placeholder variable for some value that we want to change. So it's a BG color in this case. Next, we will go into our program. So void setup. So this is going to be a function, a void function, as we do in the Arduino, where it's going to be ran once. So just go through and add some of the code that they wrote here. I'm assuming this size function just some sort of declaration to set up the size of something that we were going to use. And then we will use this other function, surface set resizable true. So assuming that this just allows us to make the image changeable or something, so see that. And then next we will do color mode HSB 255. So this function, I believe it's telling the program what type of color mode that we're going to use. So in this case it's HSB, and then the maximum value that it can intake, which is 255. Okay, so next we will get our image into here. So in this case we're gonna use the function load image, and then we will put in the directory, or the web directory of the image that we want to load into our program. So in this case it's just the given Arduino logo from the website that they tell us to use. Okay, next we will use another surface set function, but in this case it's set size. So in this case we are going to do logo.width and logo.height. So what this means is that the size of the window that will open is going to be the width and the height of the logo which we loaded in. So next we are going to be doing some serial printing. So println is their function to print to the serial monitor. And I'm assuming the ln works just like in Arduino, where the ln just means that it's gonna skip a line afterwards. So, and then we're gonna print serial list, which will give us a list of all the serial ports in our computer. So then that'll help us know which port to put into our code later on so that it actually does something. So next is setting up my port, which is what we declared above. So we're going to say my port equals new serial this serial.list and then 0 9600. So 9600 is the rate as always, and I believe that the serial list and then the bracketed number, the array number, is 0 for now. But if it turns out that the computer is actually reading the board from a different serial port, we'll have to change that value. I'm not sure about what this means. New means that it's a new instance of the object. And then I believe this is just refers to the application it is going to be using. So it says, okay, it says this tells processing you're going to use the serial connection in this specific application. So we are going to use it in this specific program. Okay. And then I guess that's it for that function. So next we will be using the void draw function. So this is apparently like the equivalent of the loop function in the Arduino code. So it will be ran over and over again. So first is if my port dot available greater than 0. So this is checking to see if there's information from the board that can be read in. And then if it is, then we will do something with that information. So bg colored equals myport.read. So we'll change the value of that integer to be whatever is being read in from the board, the Arduino code, and then into the serial monitor, which is being read into this function. And then we will also print this value just to for debugging sake. Okay, and we're almost done here. So we're using the background function. So I guess the logo that we are going to be using, be displaying, is a PNG. So it has a transparent background. So in this case, usually if it's transparent, then the first number is probably, okay, the first number is the hue, next is brightness, and next is saturation. So we're going to be changing the hue so that the background color changes instead of just being transparent. And then lastly, we're going to do image logo 00. Now, what does that mean? So that means we are telling the image what to draw and then which coordinates to start at in the window. So 00 is the top left. So we're saying draw the image logo. The image we're drawing is logo, and then we're starting at the top left, which is 00. Okay, now close off the brackets here. Fix my tabbing. Just make sure everything is good here. Okay, so cool. So let's save this. Okay, so going back to our Arduino code here. Now this is where I believe it gets complicated. So first, let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, so okay. We will. So we're gonna connect the Arduino. Okay, and okay. So let me open the serial monitor here. Okay. Okay, so it looks like our serial monitor is reading value. Oh, well, okay. I guess first I have to actually upload the sketch to the board. That would probably help. Okay, so it's reading something here. Okay, yeah, so it's reading some sort of character, which is what we want. It says that this is the serial monitor trying to interpret the bytes as ASCII. So apparently we're reading in raw data, and then the serial monitor here, it's freaking out because it expects some sort of ASCII data instead of like pure bytes. So this is where we need to go and use the processing program to understand those bytes, because that serial monitor was just a bunch of garbage that like no one understands. So let's do that. So let me run this. Okay, let me see if I can get this to show up. This one. Nope. This one. Nope. This one. Okay. So here's what is running right now. So now let me see. Processing output window. So we're supposed to be able to read something from this output window, but it's just a bunch of zero. So that leads me to believe something is... Okay, so something's not working. Because it's not printing out the available serial. What? What does that say? So it doesn't like something about this line. Okay, wait, let me stop this and let me run this again. Okay. Try this again. Okay, that's interesting. So okay, so it's weird because if I change the potentiometer, nothing happens. But then if I stop and then I run it again, then it rereads like a different value. So it leads me to think that it's not pulling this over and over again. It's only pulling it once, which is not what we want. We want it to keep pulling and changing. So, did I miss something here? Maybe it's because I closed the sketch. Maybe I need to have the other Arduino sketch open. That, okay, so let me try this. Okay, something's not working. Oh, it is working. Or it was working for a little bit. Well, it is changing color. But it seems to be like following its own. Like it's not changing color because I'm turning the potentiometer. It just seems to be changing it just for no reason. Well, it sort of works. I'm not exactly sure why it's not exactly working, but it does sort of change when I touch it, I guess. Maybe it's just like a input delay or something. It seems like there is an input delay. Yeah, the background color is changing. I think it is working. It just it seems like there's some sort of a lag between when I touch the thing, the potentiometer, and then when it goes through. So I think it actually is working. It's probably just delayed because of my computer being slow or something. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this project. Thank you for watching this video. This is actually probably going to be the last video in the Arduino Starter Kit series that I've been doing. There is one project left in the book, but as I was scanning through it and looking at it, it doesn't really look like a project that I would actually be able to do. It requires skills and a little bit of, I guess, hacking that I don't really feel very confident in, and I don't think it would be very interesting for me to try and show it on this channel. But yeah, so thank you everyone for coming along with me and through to the end of this series. It's been a lot of fun, and I learned a lot, and I hope you guys learned a lot too. With that in mind, so my next quarter of school does start again in a week, so I'm not really sure when the next video is going to be or what it would be about. I had some ideas about projects I could do with the Arduino, but I'm not so sure if I'm gonna have the time to do that anymore. But other than that, I might try and do projects or more like educational stuff about some of the things that I've learned in the past, so maybe look forward to that. But anyways, yeah, thank you for following me this summer, and it's been a lot of fun. And if you wish to see more, please like and subscribe, and let me know if you have any ideas too. Because yeah, that would be awesome. Because making these videos was really fun for me. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the future.